So I want to check out what's the dating life like in other countries. So let's check this one out.
才真的让我开了眼。
I thought premarital health checkups were the ultimate test, but I never expected that Shanghai's matchmaking market would truly open my eyes. Yesterday, I attended a massive matchmaking event with a scale of 1,000 people, right near People's Square in Shanghai. However, what I never expected was there wasn't a single man at the scene, and many women were completely breaking down. Afterward, a guy on the internet gave the perfect answer. He said that these large-scale matchmaking events are just like a table full of leftover dishes. How could there be any good ones left? And the most critical point is, these leftover dishes not only don't taste great, but they are also ridiculously expensive. His statement
No.
represents the views of many men. No wonder so many men nowadays have completely given up. Those without money can't afford to marry, and those with money have absolutely no reason to participate in these so-called 1,000-person matchmaking events. Many people believe that women spending men's money is completely justified. But when your money runs out, and after you've invested so much time and energy pursuing her, she simply tells you, we're not suitable. How would you feel?
真的万万没有想到，
Oh, oh, that is a burn. This is a thing where on social media, like TikTok and stuff, I've seen it where women or match or what is it, dating event coordinators and all these I don't know dating events or whatever. They're complaining that there are not enough men that are going. They're complaining that they're having a hard time finding men to go to these dating events. Guess what? Exactly what was said. The men of value, the men that women want. Why would they need to go to these dating events? They are not having a hard. This is a thing where women have such a skewed view of dating. The men that don't have problems in dating, guess what? Those are the men that women want. But the men that do have a problem in dating, they have a problem in dating because women don't want them. So, what's the point of going to a dating event or the matchmaking shit when you'll just get rejected? Women don't understand because they don't do it. The 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 debilitating effect of being consistently, constantly rejected, it is tiring. It is tiring. So men just don't want to go. What's the point? I don't want to pay. I don't want to pay for an event where I'm just going to get rejected. Where after the event, I'm still going to be single but out of money. Exactly why men are doing 50-50 dates and walking dates. Why am I paying for a date that, you know what? She still don't want me. So I went to a date and I'm just saying hypothetically. Oh, I'm going to a date and paid $100, $200. I'm coming out of the date still single. What was the point? What was the point? It's waste. It's useless.
某地的相亲大会上竟然没有一个男的去。
This incident really blew my mind. Recently, I saw a news report about a matchmaking event held in a certain area of Shanghai, attended by 1,000 people. The result was completely unexpected. There was not a single male guest at the scene. All the participants were single women. This situation is incredibly rare. It really makes one sigh with emotion. This world is vast, and all kinds of bizarre things can happen. After seeing this news, like many netizens, I was filled with questions. Why are so many single men willing to stay single rather than attend a matchmaking event? Have they completely
Because it gets them nowhere. It gets them nowhere. What's the this is a thing where men rather be single than get rejected. It still gives you the same results, just without the pain. Yeah, right? I mean, if and you could this is the thing with women, this is a problem where women put all the effort on men. They put all the effort on men. And then men realize I made all the effort and I still get nothing out of it. What's the point? What's the point? What's the point of making all this effort when, honestly, after all the effort, after all the time wasted, after money wasted, I'm still single. So you know what? How about I just skip all the middle shit and just stay single?
Completely given up on marriage? What exactly is causing this? Just when I was racking my brains trying to figure it out, I came across a
And here's the thing: what's the point of marriage? It's like women. I can't understand women. They complain so much. Women complain so goddamn much about marriage. Yet they are the ones that consistently are pushing marriage. Consistently. They complain men suck, men don't do shit in marriage. They complain so damn much about marriage. Yet women are consistently pushing for marriage. You know, if men could get the same results without marriage, men would do it. In men's mind, they know that, you know what? I have to. I mean, I have to marry her because honestly, I ain't gonna get nothing if I don't. But if men didn't have to marry, they wouldn't do it. And now men just like, I'm not even bothered. What's the point of marriage? Because honestly, she's gonna complain about me anyway. So you know, I'm not gonna even care about it.
comment from a netizen that made a lot of sense. He used a restaurant's dishes as a metaphor to vividly explain this phenomenon. He said, if a restaurant has sold most of its dishes, what kind of dishes are left at the end? Obviously, the ones that no one wants to buy.
And that is the thing, right? A lot of these women, we realize if she was of quality, desirable, she would have already been snatched up. It's usually this is why I said as women age, they become bigger red flags. And that's in the dating market. When I talk, I'm talking about more about the dating market. Because dating for women is easy. Finding a man is like nothing special. Getting dates from men is easy for women. So why, if it's so easy, why are you still single after so long? I.e., you know, leftover women. Why are you still single? Because you're hard. Either you either you are attracted to shitty men, like men that don't want you, men that cheat, men that whatever, okay? And or you are hard to deal with. No man wants that. Oh, and you know, if you guys could, you know, please like and subscribe. You know, it'd be helpful.
And why are these dishes left uneaten? There are only a few possible reasons. First, the dishes don't look appealing, they simply don't attract customers. Second, they don't taste great, and those who have tried them didn't like them. Third, the dishes have been sitting for too long, they are no longer fresh, and their texture has deteriorated. Fourth, and this is even more crucial, some dishes are clearly leftovers that others have already eaten. Who would want to eat them? Fifth, and perhaps the most unacceptable reason, the dishes aren't particularly good, yet they are absurdly overpriced and simply not worth the cost. Besides this metaphor, some people analyze that modern men are under too much pressure. They are busy making money every day, with neither the time nor the mood for matchmaking. For men with poor financial conditions, attending a matchmaking event is simply asking for humiliation, it's basically setting themselves up for embarrassment. As for wealthy men, they naturally have better options in the dating and marriage market, so why would they settle for the ones that are left? As a result, this strange phenomenon has emerged. Matchmaking events have become female-only, with not a single man willing to attend. What do you think about this?
经常会去参加我们上海本地的一些海归相亲交友的活动。
My best friend is a campus beauty from Shanghai Jiaotong University. In the past 2 years, she has often participated in some overseas returnee matchmaking and dating events in Shanghai, but the results have been very disappointing. Actually, it's the same old reason. She was born in 1990, which means she is already 35 years old this year. As a campus beauty of Shanghai Jiaotong University, could she really remain unmarried just because she is in her 30s? Let me tell you, that is exactly.
She's unmarried because of her expectation, her attitude. It's not worth the cost. It shows how. This is the thing. No matter how beautiful you are, if who you are inside is ugly, it means nothing. It means nothing. Plus, if you have high expectations go along with your ugliness, good luck.
Exactly the case. In these overseas Ruderney matchmaking events in Shanghai, each event consists of 10 men matched with 30 women. Among these women, first of all, they are all
See, that's a good example. Yeah, that's a good example of why the top tier men don't want to settle. Why would highly desirable men want to settle? This is the thing where I'm not the necessary kind of guy who promotes infidelity or cheating or womenizing shit like that. But when you look at it logically. Here's a man that all women want, hypothetically. All women want. Why would he settle down? All women want him. Most women say, "Oh, I'm nice, I'm friendly, I'm fun, I can cook and clean." Okay, you said that, she said that, so on and so on. So why would I settle down when all of you want me? Hypothetically, why would I settle down when all of you are the same and you all want me? Logically, it don't make sense. There's no reason for him to settle down.
dressed very beautifully. Because nowadays, beauty itself is a very cheap and easily obtainable resource. Secondly, in terms of education, even if you graduated with a bachelor's degree from Shanghai Jiaotong University and a master's degree from the United States, there are still many other women whose bachelor's degrees are from places like UCL in the UK, LSE, or prestigious universities in the US. These young women who studied abroad are particularly popular at these events. Do you know why? Because men are not stupid. They all know that for a girl to study for a bachelor's degree in the UK or the US, the tuition fees alone would be at least 2 million yuan. This means that this girl's family must not be an ordinary working-class family. So, you will realize that education and beauty are not rare resources in this kind of setting. What is truly scarce? It is actually age. Because age is a non-renewable resource. With each passing year, a person gets older. Just like in many first-tier cities such as Beijing, Shanghai, Guangzhou, and Shenzhen, you will notice that most workers feel their lives are getting worse and worse. Who are the ones whose lives are getting better? It's the landlords who collect rent. Because they control the most scarce and non-renewable resource in these cities, land and real estate. There was once a high-quality man in our company, a rich and handsome guy with an annual salary of 1.5 million yuan. He was born in 1993. He told us personally that he would never marry a woman over 30 years old. He said, "My parents worked so hard doing business in another city just to buy me a newly built apartment worth over 10 million yuan in Shanghai. How could I go and marry an older sister in her 30s? It's totally not worth it. Besides, my parents are waiting for me to give them 2 grandchildren. By the time she gives birth to 2 kids, she might already be 40 years old." Moreover, women over 35 are considered elderly mothers, which poses life-threatening risks. So, there's no way I would ever marry a woman over 30. I know that many women won't like hearing this, but as a woman myself, I can only tell you the reality of the dating and marriage market in first-tier cities. Men are very shrewd, and you shouldn't think that just because you are 23 or 24 years old now, you can afford to not think about these things. So, why did my friend, a campus beauty from Shanghai Jiaotong University, still end up as an older leftover woman? The most important reason is that her study abroad experience was completely wasted. I advised her back then not to go abroad for further studies because she already had a bachelor's degree from Shanghai Jiaotong University. Her current job is in the supply chain department of a Fortune 500 company. But even if she had directly entered the job market with her Jiaotong University bachelor's degree, she could still have landed a similar position. However, she wasted 2 to 3 years of her life studying abroad. If she wanted to travel abroad, broaden her horizons, she could have done that after getting married. There would be plenty of opportunities, like applying for short.
Or you could have found a man while you study. I think one of the stupidest decisions women make is not prioritizing men while they're in school. It's absolutely stupid. These men are at your equal standing. They're studying too. They're at your equal standing. Why did you not focus on finding the right man while you study? It's absolutely stupid. Such a waste of time. You can multitask. It's not like you're. This is the thing where if women make it seem like, oh, I can't do it because what? You have to study 24/7, right? From what, when you wake up to you when you sleep, you're studying. You're only studying. That's a load of bullshit.
Short-term overseas assignments for 6 months. For those with strong undergraduate degrees, if they don't plan to settle abroad, studying overseas is not that beneficial. Many people return from studying abroad only to find that the jobs they get are sometimes even worse than what they could have secured right after getting their undergraduate degree in China. Meanwhile, their age has been delayed, making it easy for them to become older leftover women.
现实的人，并且随着我的年龄越来越大，我会变得更现实，但是我不务实。
I was born in 1990, and I am 35 years old this year, unmarried. As I grow older, I have become more realistic, but not materialistic. I don't require my partner to meet any specific standards. However, I hope my partner is someone with independent thinking, capable of rational judgment, and possesses a clear mind. He should have a certain sense of purpose. Whether in career pursuits or personal life development, he should have his own plan and be willing to work hard for it. I hope he can move steadily towards his goals. Secondly, I hope we can have common ground in our conversations. Whether it's a tacit understanding that comes from shared humor, a deep mutual appreciation, or a connection through special interests and hobbies, I hope we can have stable and meaningful communication. At the same time, I also believe that physical attraction is equally important. Compared to relationships that are formed due to financial or practical conditions but lack genuine physical attraction, I prefer relationships that come together because of mutual attraction. I cannot accept a relationship that lacks physical attraction, because I feel that such a dynamic would be suffocating and painful. Physical attraction is not just about appearance. It's the natural intimacy and chemistry between two people. This is a spontaneous emotional connection, and I believe it is crucial for the stability of a relationship. In terms of personality, I hope we are both the kind of people who do not like to create conflicts and have fewer emotional complications. For example, things like, if you don't take the initiative to contact me, I won't contact you either. Or if you don't say you miss me, I won't say it either, this kind of mutual standoff. After all, at the age of 30 or beyond, relationships should not turn into a psychological tug of war. They should be comfortable and natural. Economically, I hope we can be financially independent, but I also hope my partner has a certain awareness of financial management. I don't need him to hand over all his finances to me, nor do I require him to constantly report his income and expenses to me. But if he is willing to proactively share his financial situation and be open with me, of course, I would be very happy. If he encounters financial difficulties at work or within the family, I would definitely offer help without hesitation, giving him my full support rather than calculating gains and losses. In addition, I hope we can set up a shared family fund account. The purpose of this account is not to restrict each other's financial freedom but to prepare for our future together. For example, dealing with emergencies or making financial plans for our future children. I don't know if such expectations are too idealistic, and I'm not sure if I can truly find someone who matches me completely in reality. But I sincerely hope to find a man I love, based on fairness, mutual respect, and mutual support.
我主力
I mean, what she said wasn't crazy. It wasn't crazy, not in my opinion. The problem is a lot of women that realize more down to earth expectations and views, they realize it too late. They realize it too late. They realize it probably like a lot of these women in their 30s, their, you know, later 30s, mid 30s, and so on. And that is when you make it seem like there's nothing worth it. It's just not worth it a lot of times for these men. So because this is a thing where it sounds nice, but I still hold in the fact that I think a lot of these women are still, what they're not talking about is how they probably still have bad attitudes. I mean, hopefully it's not true, but I found it that, a lot of these women, as time goes on, kindness, femininity, ladylike, it doesn't stay, or it was never developed. So,
今年35岁啊，
I was born in 1990, and this year I am already 35 years old. Although during this Chinese New Year, the matchmaker only introduced me to one potential partner, in the end, that person rejected me without even meeting me. As soon as they heard that I was a well-known older single woman, they immediately decided not to go on a blind date with me at all. They didn't even give me a chance.
what's a well known?
However, sisters and brothers, even though I am already 35 years old, I can still find someone younger than me. Those men in their 30s don't fancy me, so why should I insist on chasing after them? I'm not that desperate. I can totally look for younger men like those born in the 90s or even the 95s. Who knows, maybe one day some young guy will accidentally fall for me, and wouldn't that be a huge win for me? Right? We don't do losing deals. We must be smart and calculate wisely.
35岁的老女人就是本人。
35-year-old old woman. That's me. To be honest, I have never worried about whether I would be unwanted just because I'm getting older, nor have I ever felt any pressure regarding marriage. Some people may think that by reaching this age without getting married, life would be missing something important, but I have always lived freely and comfortably. Recently, I have noticed that more and more of my female friends are starting to think the same way as I do. Perhaps the reasons behind this can be summed up in the following 3 points. First, I have a pair of parents who truly love each other, which is a kind of luck that many people find hard to replicate. Their marriage has made me deeply understand that a truly beautiful marriage for a woman must be built on the foundation of love, not just because she has reached a certain age and must hastily find someone to marry, have children, and go through life. Second, I have financial independence, and this brings true freedom. There's no denying that making money is really important. When I gained my own financial capability, I realized that many decisions in life could be made entirely by myself. I don't need to compromise for the sake of survival, nor do I have to cautiously seek someone's approval for every decision. My life plans,
she's cute. But here's the thing. Fine. If marriage is not, this is a thing where I would not critique or chastise women. If you don't want to get married or you don't care about it, cool. Don't, as long as you don't complain about it, cool. If you are fine with being single for the rest of your life, awesome. But a lot of women don't realize, as time goes on, you become even harder to deal with. The mindset of women don't realize, if you don't use it, you lose it. The ability to be in a healthy relationship, the mindset to navigate a relationship, you need practice. It needs practice. It needs to be developed. It needs to be constantly used. This mindset, you're just reinforcing the mindset of being single, and it gets a hold, and then you become difficult. You won't be able to really produce a healthy long-term relationship with another person.
my dreams, and every choice I make are all within my own control. So I want to say to all my sisters, in this world, money is something we must earn for ourselves. Only in this way can we have more freedom and more choices, instead of passively waiting for some man to decide our future. Third, since the material foundation is already in place, spiritual compatibility becomes even more important. I hope that on a leisurely weekend I can go outdoors with my future boyfriend, breathe in the fresh air, and enjoy the beauty of nature, instead of him just wanting to sit at the mahjong table. I hope we can sit down together and truly enjoy a delicious meal, appreciating the sense of ritual in life, rather than just casually ordering takeout and treating it as a mere formality. Of course, I am not saying that my partner must cater to me in everything, but I do hope that we can work hard together toward a shared life goal. If even this cannot be achieved, how could we possibly walk the journey of life together? However, reality is a bit disappointing. Up until now, I have not met a man who can truly meet these 3 points. But I am not in a hurry, nor am I anxious. I want to say to all the sisters who are walking this same path, hold on. Because we have made it this far, we have not compromised because of age,
Yes. Okay. Don't compromise. That's great. I mean, yeah, all women are finding the men that they want uh in their later years. As time goes on, women will find out that, you know what? It's harder to find the man that you want. It's harder. This is the thing. Women never think about, yeah, they have so much standards, preferences, bullet points, all that shit for themselves, right? Or what they want. Nothing about what men want. Nothing. Not a it's consistently me, 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 me. You don't know what a man wants. And then as time goes on, you realize that, you know what? The man that you want, you never spent the time to figure out what he wanted. So by the time you realize that, you know what, I can't get the man I want. Oh, you're gonna be what? She's 35, probably 45, and like, wow, I still haven't found a man. Now what? I have to take away some of these 3 points or whatever. You realize that now you want to settle. Now you want to settle for whatever you can get.
And we have not abandoned our principles because of societal expectations. That man who is running late, although he has not appeared yet, I firmly believe that he will definitely come.
我真的很想找一个人，能够组建一个属于自己的家庭。
I'm already 38 years old this year, and I am still single and unmarried. I can be considered an older woman. I really long to find someone and build a family of my own. I know that my age is already quite advanced,
38, that 35-year-old will be suffering from this. Women never actually take self-reflection. They never do. They never view, oh, you know what? I gotta, it's like they want to live how they think they should live. Instead of, you know what? How about looking at other examples of life? And you know what? Taking inventory of what's going on. I always like this quote. A smart man. Oh God damn it! I'm terrible with this. What was that quote? What was that quote? Okay. A smart man learns from his mistakes. A wise man learns from other people's mistakes. This is a problem with women. They don't learn. They don't. They don't learn from other people's mistakes. They don't. They don't even they don't even like they honestly I find women seems like they don't gain wisdom. They think they're smart, but they don't gain wisdom.
38 years old, soon stepping into my 40s, undoubtedly a middle-aged woman. I also understand that as I grow older, if I want to have children, I may face greater risks compared to when I was younger. However, I really hope that everyone can be more understanding towards me, rather than repeatedly reminding me of these harsh realities. Those malicious remarks, such as old woman or can't have children, every time I hear them, they make me feel even worse. They have truly caused severe harm to my mental well-being. Perhaps you say these things casually, but for me, these words are like adding insult to injury. In fact, I have already endured a lot, to the point where I have fallen into depression. So, I beg you, can you please stop using such words to hurt me? Can you just let me be? I am just an ordinary unmarried woman. I haven't done anything wrong, nor have I harmed anyone.
Yes, you haven't done anything wrong. You haven't harmed anyone. But here's the thing where, and I don't condone, just insulting people. That's not cool. But here's the thing where it's the problem that, yes, like I said, women don't actually learn from other people's mistakes. They don't gain wisdom. It's like you hope it. You hope it. Because this is a thing where China is having, or everywhere, even the US, people are getting married later and later. People are waiting to have kids later and later. Shit like this is happening everywhere. That's the problem. Shit like this, where women do not prioritize men until their value is a lot less. Until now they're struggling. until that now they're depressed, regretting, having problems. That's the issue. I like I said, I'm not on board of people just insulting people, but people criticizing, bringing up the issue, talking about your mistakes, critiquing you, right? It's like that's the purpose, is to, you know what, wake up people. Like, seriously, learn from other people's mistakes. That's the shit.
So why must I endure so many unnecessary accusations and attacks just because of my marital status? I sincerely ask you, can you give me a little space and stop trying to provoke me in various ways?
Also, this is the thing. Stop going on social media then. That's one thing I find really idiotic. I've learned that when you share shit online in any way, in any kind of format, you're gonna get a wide range of people watching your shit. From haters to people that love your shit, people that hate your shit, to people who don't care. So really, it's part of the internet.
Is that too much to ask?
The reason why older unmarried women are left behind is often due to certain issues in their cognition, personality, or mindset. For these women, even when outsiders see that they have met a suitable marriage partner, they can still find various reasons to refuse or postpone marriage. These reasons may be based on themselves, such as, I am slow to warm up, or I have a fear of marriage. Or they may attribute it to the other party, saying, I don't have feelings for him, he is not proactive enough, or he doesn't meet my expectations, and so on. As a result, they keep delaying and never enter into marriage. On the other hand, truly smart or rational women will not let themselves reach the stage of being an older unmarried woman. They will set a clear deadline for themselves, such as getting married before the age of 28 or 30. Their thinking is simple. If they can't find the perfect partner at the last moment, even if it's just an ordinary security guard around them, they will still choose to marry and have children, ensuring that this major life event is settled. Their way of thinking is pragmatic. They understand that getting married and having children is an important life task, not something that can be postponed indefinitely. Therefore, in their life plans, having children and building a family must be completed before a certain age, and they will never allow themselves to miss the best childbearing years. However, older unmarried women often lack this sense of urgency. When they're 28, they feel that they are still young and in no rush to get married. By the time they reach 35, they still hold on to the mindset of, I've waited this long, I can't just settle for anyone. And they continue to be picky. When they reach their 40s or even close to 45, their fertility has significantly declined, and they are about to enter menopause. At this point, they finally realize that their choices have become fewer and fewer. By then, they may only be able to look for elderly retirees. This situation is not uncommon in real life. For example, in Shenzhen, if you take a walk around Lianhua Mountain Park, you will find walls full of matchmaking advertisements. Many of them are from women born in the 1970s. These women are not lacking in qualifications. They may work in state-owned enterprises, own 2 properties in Shenzhen, have graduated from a 985 university, and their parents have stable pensions. However, even with such conditions, their expectations for a partner remain high. They might demand a man who is 1.8 meters tall, handsome, owns a house and a car, and has a monthly salary of 30,000 yuan. For these women who are unwilling to lower their standards and face reality, they often end up being permanently left behind until they no longer have any.
I always say this, right? Have whatever standards you want. You don't complain about it, cool. If you are fine that, you know what, if you have your standards and you haven't met your man and you're fine with being single for the rest of your life, no complaints. No complaints at all. You're fine with it. This is the thing. I only talk about the women's that complain. That's it. You accept your fate. What is there to say?
Options and are forced to accept reality. How do you think the issue of older unmarried women can be resolved? Feel free to leave your
I thought this was interesting. From time to time, I want to check out these international dating videos or international, you know, um, dating market videos. I think they're interesting to watch. It's a good perspective in how, honestly, I believe feminism, I believe modernism have affected relationships, have affected dating around the world, not just the US. This is why I've said that it's a universal problem. Women are no different wherever you go. They're really not that much different. So it's a good view on other places. So I like it. So I'll probably watch it from time to time. Hope you guys like it. If you guys don't, understandable. If you do, that'd be awesome. But what do you guys think?